Hey everybody, I'm Isaiah and welcome back to my topic channel. So if you don't know, recently I had a birthday, happy birthday to me. So I actually got some stuff on my birthday, obviously, that fits around the video game, the movie, and a nostalgic feel, like this channel entirely does. So I decided to give you guys a birthday haul video. Now, like all my other hauls, some of these things are gifts, some of these things I bought, and some of these things I was like, you know what, they're cool, I want to add them to my collection. And I also have some stuff that I'm going to throw in that I got before my birthday that fit into this and that I've never shown on this channel before. So without further ado, let's get into it. So I'm going to start off with some stuff I got before my birthday, some video games I actually got before. And what I got was, I actually was able to pick up a copy of Rare Replay, as this has been a game I've been wanting in my Xbox collection for so long. So I actually was able to get a physical copy of that. Really great game. If you don't know, Rare was a video game company in the 90s, most notably working with Nintendo games, most notably for Banjo-Kazooie, which is in this collection, Conker's Bad Fur Day, which is one of the most controversial video games of all time on a Nintendo system. And they also worked with Nintendo for the Donkey Kong games. Unfortunately, in 2001, Microsoft bought Rare, and all of the Rare games started coming out on Xbox. And so they put together this collection in 2015, and there were talks of Microsoft and Nintendo working together with Rare, which is how we got Banjo and Kazooie on the Switch Online, a couple of other Rare games, obviously, that Nintendo didn't, that don't have Nintendo characters. So maybe in the future, we might be getting a Rare Replay on the Switch that has Donkey Kong games. So also, with that, I also got Lego Ninjago Battles, which is like a really cool DS game with the Ninjago characters. Really, really sweet that I was able to pick this up. And then this game I've had in my collection for a while and I've never shown it off. It's one of my most sought after games of all time and one of my holy grails. Super Smash Bros. Melee on the GameCube. This game took me so long to get. I've had it for a while, but I've never shown it off on the channel. Oh my god, this game is so good. Highly recommend if you can find it for a good price. But yeah, definitely one of the gems in the GameCube collection or the GameCube library, but unfortunately, collector's wiser if you're just trying to get the game. It's one of the more pricey ones. You can find them for good prices like I did, but always just be careful with eBay and with sellers in general over where you're buying this game. But really, really cool. Really, really great. And then also, I wanted to show this off. So if you don't know, at the end of March of 2023, Nintendo announced the death of the 3DS and the Wii U virtual consoles. They unfortunately discontinued them. So right before it closed, I was able to get a couple of games. One of the main ones being, I have to show it digitally since I bought it on the eShop, was Kid Icarus Uprising, which is a really, really fun game. This was a game I've been wanting for a while since the physical copies are unfortunately a little, not rare, but they're a little more expensive. So I was finally able to pick this up for a good price. And I was also able to get another gem for it, Pushmo. So really, really sweet that I was able to do that. And also, rest in peace to the Wii U and the 3DS eShops. I've had a lot of memories with them. I wanted to make a video, but I probably won't now. But yeah, those were some of like the video games I got. So now I'm going to show you guys some of the Blu-rays I've gotten over time. So let's start off with probably one that I've been wanting for a while. We got South Park, Bigger, Longer, and Uncut. If you don't know what this is the South Park movie. That was the feature-length film. And actually one of the first ones based on like a adult cartoon like this. Obviously, we all know the Simpsons movie. There was an Aqua Team Hunger Force movie. But this is probably one of my favorites out of any of them. This movie is hilarious and really cool to have on Blu-ray. Next up, we're about to get into some horror. So if you don't like horrors, please click off this video or skip ahead. But we actually got A Quiet Place Part 2, which was really, really cool. This was such a really great movie. A very, chilling movie, I can say. It was really, really well put together, and I'm excited for A Quiet Place Part 3 whenever that comes out. But if you're talking about bona fide horror, you know, anticipating, you know, it gets your heart pumping, Pray for the Devil was that movie. This movie was awesome. It's about exorcisms, you know, it's about a demon stuck inside. This movie was really, really good. I recommend if you like horror movies or if you're fans of like The Exorcist or any others. But yeah, this was a really, really great movie. So let's actually step back and go back to kind of like quieter one. Da-da-da-dun. Da-da-da-dun. The Addams Family 2 was actually finally to pick this up. Because I've never actually seen the movie before buying this, and I got it for a good price. And this was a really, really great movie. I liked the first one a little more, and the Addams Family, you know, they kind of been resurrected in a sense from the 90s movies in this one, along with Wednesday, which I've already talked about in my Best of 2022 video. If you want to go see that, I'll put a link in the description where I talk a little bit more about Wednesday overall. But this movie was really, really good. It was very, you know, it's a family movie, so, you know, it does the job for family. Me being a fan of the first one, I kind of wanted this to be a little longer, but this one did not disappoint. So, really great movie. And now, if you want to see a movie that I've talked about in the last video, Sonic 2 was finally able to get this on there. If you don't know, this was my favorite movie of 2022. Talked a lot about this movie in that video as well. Oh my god, I enjoyed this movie way too much. It was really well put together, really, really fun to watch. Highly recommend if you haven't seen it. What's wrong with you if you haven't yet? And I'm so excited for Sonic 3 and even that Knuckles show that just got announced on Paramount Plus. If you don't know, it's going to be a spinoff series with the Red Echidna. But really, really cool. Highly recommend if you haven't seen it. But was finally able to get this on Blu-ray. So then also, along with some other Blu-rays, I got a trilogy right here for you guys. I got Jurassic World, finally, which I've been after for a while. So highly recommend if you haven't seen it. But this is one of the best movies I've ever seen. No, I'm kidding. It's one of the best newer movies that has been like resurrected. The idea of it, really, really well put together, really, really great. But then I also got Fallen Kingdom, which again was a really, really great movie, and kind of I can't really decide if it's, you know, better than the first one or better than the second one. I have to go rewatch them. But this one, really, really good. I really enjoyed this. But if you're talking about movies I've enjoyed, then obviously Jurassic World Domination was the requel of the Jurassic series. You know, a requel is, you know, rebooting a franchise, but in the sequel to a franchise that already exists. So this is the Jurassic Park World requel. They brought back the original 3 characters, the original main 3 actors that started it all right from the first Jurassic Park. Highly recommend if you haven't seen this. You know, think of like, you know, Ghostbusters, Afterlife, you know, you can think of Scream with the newer ones coming out. Really, really good movie. Recommend if you haven't seen it yet. This was really, really sick. And this was a birthday present, so we're getting to the first part of the presents. And then lastly, the last one of these that I picked up was finally was able to get Baby Driver on DVD or Blu-ray, which was really, really cool. I love this movie. I think it's a really funny movie. I think it's a very well put together movie. The story makes sense. It's really, really cool. And it's also, due to the music, it looks like a record, which is really, really sweet. I highly recommend if you haven't seen this movie, like I say, with a lot of them, you know. But Baby Driver definitely was worth a pickup. And I also have just like, you know, like one, you know, standard DVD that I picked up. I got the Karate Kid 4 film collection, has the first main 3 and the original Karate Kid. I don't think I've actually shown this off either. But yeah, these are all really, really great movies. Highly recommend any of them. And I'm so excited for the next season of Cobra Kai. That season is going to be great. And now this one's more of a special one. So I was in Target and I was looking at, you know, all the different Blu-rays, and they had these cool steelbooks for these animated movies, and they were 4K and Blu-ray. And I'm like, huh, I have a Blu-ray player, but then I have a 4K player as well. So I decided to pick this up because this movie was one of my favorite animated movies growing up. It was like the first so-called like dark movie I ever saw. And it's never on streaming services for long to where I can actually sit down and watch it, but I don't have to. Because I got a special edition steel book of Coraline. I saw this and I was like, oh my God. I think the artwork sold it for me, because look at that. Oh, that is really, really well done. And they've done ones like this in the past. A lot of the steel books have really cool artwork. There's like a Toy Story one. A lot of the MCU movies that are on steelbook have really, really great artwork. But this one might be my favorite. You know, you have Coraline right here with her doll. You know, you have the parents on the back. This is such an amazing piece. And I'm glad I have it in my collection. Because I saw it and I was like, I have to get it. Like, even for the artwork, but also because it's such a great movie. And also, if you open it up, there's still, you know, like even the discs have cool artwork. And you get, you know, like a little pamphlet on how, like, the movie was made. You get a nice one of the house. This is really, really cool. So if you can find this and you're, you know, like a movie fan, if you're a fan of Coraline, definitely recommend. Because this was a really, really cool find. So those are a lot of like the Blu-rays I've gotten, but also story time. I went up to Bloomsburg, Pennsylvania on a college tour, and I was looking through the town and there was a retro video game store. So I was like, maybe I'll pop in, I'll see, maybe I'll get something if they're, you know, not too crazy. So I actually got some stuff. And these are really cool. So first off, I got PacMan World 2 on the PlayStation 2, which is a really, really fun game. They just actually came out with PacMan World Repack, which I have on the Switch because I've shown off on the channel before. But it was really cool to get a physical copy of, you know, PacMan World 2. This is on my pickup list for a while. But the funny thing is, so you see it's a regular, you know, black label. But then if you look at the disc, not only is it complete, but it's the PlayStation 2 Greatest Hits disc, which I thought was kind of funny because I have a black sleeve, the black sleeve PS2 case, which I kind of prefer, even though I don't mind the red on it. But it's funny that it came with a disc that's supposed to be the red. But anyway, PacMan World 2, recommend if you're a retro gamer and you're getting a PS2 collection, definitely pick this one up. And then I wanted to show this in with the stuff I picked up from there, because I did get this from the store. It wasn't just video games, they had music, they had movies. Speaking of movie, I was actually able to get I picked up the Three Stooges on Blu-ray. I had this one on DVD as a kid, but something happened to it, so I just picked it up again on Blu-ray. Really, really cool, really, really sweet. One of the ones I was sought after the most. But then these last two things I saw and I was like, have to get them. You know I love them turtles. I love them turtles. So I got two original 1990 prints of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Avenger comics. What? So here's this one. It's part of the Black Hole trilogy. So this is part 2, I think. I think this is part 2. So really, really sweet. And it even came with a poster, which I'll actually throw up on screen right now. But really, really sweet. Really, really cool to find. Then I also found this other one, which is part of the Terracide series. And I love how it has Slash, the evil turtle, on the cover. This was really, really cool to find. This was really, really sweet. I highly recommend any, you know, turtle comics, if you're a turtle fan, if you see them for a reasonable price, get them. You're not going to be able to find them, you know, really anywhere else. But moving on, speaking on the comic thing, I was downtown in a Barnes & Nobles, and downtown in a city, and I found these Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess mangas. So I got 3. They had 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, and 9. So I was like, okay. So I've got the first 3 of the Twilight Princess series. So here's the first one, which is really, really cool. And because, like, I'm not a big, like, anime guy, but I do like mangas because I think it's interesting how they, like, read starting from here and they go on. And I'm a Zelda fan, and Twilight Princess is one of the best Zelda games. So I was like, I had to get them. So here's the first one. And then, oops, here's the second one, which is really, really sweet. I really love the artwork on these. And here is the third one. And do I plan on getting the rest if you know, I can find them for good prices? And then, yes, if you want to know, they are officially approved by Nintendo. So those were kind of like all of like the main, you know, things I've bought throughout the time. So now I'm going to show you some, you know, other things that I got mostly around the time of my birthday. So if you don't know, after seeing those, I'm a horror guy, so I really like Scream. So I was able to get the Scream 6 limited edition cup, which is really cool. It has Ghostface there. There's his face. And it even comes with a cool collector figure, which is one of the main, you know, selling points of it. Really sweet. And then I also, you know, got this really cool cup of the Ninja Turtles. Really, really cool. And now the 2 things that I actually got that were gaming related wise for my birthday. A lot of the stuff I bought before and after, but I actually was able to get Ghost of Tsushima, which was really, really cool. Really, really great game. Sorry for a long pause, but really, really great game. Very well done from what I've played so far. Haven't gotten far, but I know this game is going to get grinded instantly. Really, really cool. And then I also, since it is, you know, part of like the gaming retrospective, even got a new PS5 controller for the 5, just so I can have another one. Really, really sweet. And then I also got, you know, I also was gifted just some Ninja Turtle lounge pants, which are actually really, really cool. So these are really, really sweet. And then I also, I needed a new one anyway, and I saw the way it looked. Got a nice new Legend of Zelda wallet. Really, really sweet. Has like the nice felt on the side, and then you have the Triforce. And then the last thing I'll show off a Funko. Really, really cool. So if you remember from my Black Friday video, I showed off a Freddie Mercury from Queen Funko with the album. But then I picked up a Welcome to My Nightmare Alice Cooper one. Really, really sweet. And these are ones that, you know, have like the chrome, not chrome, like the clear plastic casing around it. So these are ones I actually do keep in the box. So really, really, really sweet that I was able to get that. And that, guys, that's the haul for you, you know. Showed off some cool stuff. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And I have more videos coming up this way. So hopefully this haul is a nice placeholder for the videos I have to come soon. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't, because in my opinion, you always need topics in your life. Stay tuned for new videos. I'm trying to get better. One of the things in 2023 that I want to do is try to film as much as I can. But, you know, it's been kind of busy, hectic, because I have a job, I have school, you know, it's an important year. But I hope to still try to make videos for you guys that you guys are going to enjoy. But thanks for watching, and until I see you guys again, peace to the O, to the U, to the T. Peace out, guys.